Hey everyone, Selena here, Selena Baca Crochet. It is Friday and I'm actually going to crochet along with you guys today. I was really excited to work on this project, not only because it was the $1 Wednesday. So if you did snag the WOW basket this week on $1 Wednesday, maybe now is the perfect excuse to pick up literally any yarn and we can work on it together. And if you have not yet snagged the WOW basket, I do have a coupon in the video description. It's GET number 2 OFF, and that will give you $2 off any purchase in my shop, including the WOW basket. So you guys can still snag it at a pretty good deal if you want. I am working up the WOW basket in a yarn that I've been holding on to for a really long time, just kind of waiting for the perfect thing, and I've got a vision for this. I think it's going to work out great. So the yarn that I'm using is Wool-Ease. Here it is right here. And while while the WOW basket was made with Wool-Ease, it was made in a completely different weight. That's what I'm trying to say. So Wool-Ease comes in a few different weights. One is a worsted, and it's just called Wool-Ease. And then there's Wool-Ease Thick and Quick. That's what this is. This is a weight 6. And then Wool-Ease WOW is, what weight is this? A 7, a jumbo. It's big. It's real big. She's thick. I like it. So I'm using the same yarn, just in a different weight. And I super love this color so much. It's called Carousel. The sun is, maybe you can see it, maybe not. So it's a marled yarn, so it's different colors twisted together, and then the yarn colors just change. There's like a taupe and like this beautiful coral, and then a hot pink, and then a periwinkle, and it's so beautiful. So I'm gonna pair it. I'm gonna work up this entire skein. I'm pretty sure my basket, I don't know. It's a different weight, so I'm not sure, but I'm going to pair it with this color. Don't know the color of this, but it's also Wool-Ease Thick and Quick, so pretty excited to see that. All right, let's see who's here. What's new, hip, and happening? Let's see what you guys are working on here. Hold on. Let me make this less huge for you guys there, or more huge, but just, something you guys can see. There's somebody else's basket. I love that. It looks like Angelica is here. Angelica, what are you working on? I love to see all the different things that you're working on and what you got happening. So keep us posted. Ola Joe, the crocheting sailor. Hi, Selena. I'm playing video games. Haven't crocheted today. I miss it. That's all right, as long as you're doing something that you love. And I mean, it sounds like you dig video games, so that's cool too. That's fine. I'll crochet for the both of us. How am I tonight? Loving Wool-Ease. I'm doing really good today. It has been a really long year for me. I was just thinking about my year because it's already halfway through April. It's already halfway through April, and I mean, I did lots of stuff this year, but I also feel like, oh my gosh. And I just feel like every week it's just something different that makes me go, oh my gosh, like just one more thing that makes me have to do things. And so today I was appreciating that the weather's nice enough that I live in Central Oregon, so it's like snow, hail, snow, winter, warm. So today it's like I'm wearing a tank top, like it's warm. I've got my hair up a little bit. I got my messy do. So I was really just appreciating the weather today. So even though my year has been today, I was just feeling super awesome about the weather. So I'm doing good. Thank you so much. How are you doing? How's life? Angelica is working on the Sun-Kissed tee. Was that your project that I saw over on Ravelry? Was it the blue one? I think you already started somebody started a project for the Sun-Kissed tee, and I check the Ravelry projects, like, if not every day, every other day, so I'm on it, and I super loved that color, so keep us posted with that. The Sun-Kissed tee was one that I think I've worked one up every year since I wrote that pattern back in 2015, 2016. Simply because every yarn that I've made that in has been discontinued. And I love that shirt so much. It just, ugh. I mean, I love a good tank top. And for me, that tank top it just hits perfect. So, um, I really want to make that, but the yarn, I wrote it for a yarn that's been discontinued and it's a very specific weight. It's a very specific drape. I want it to look and feel a certain way. And I feel like most of the yarns in that class have been kind of very, pastel or pink, things like that, which I like pink. I dig it. But I'd really like to make one like in a cream or black because I'm basic and I like cream and black and green. And those are the cut in jeans. And that's what I wear. So keep us posted, Angelica. I forgot to even look what yarn you used. Maybe you didn't post that yet. So maybe I missed it. But if I did, let me know. I'd love to see. I'd love to see. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm glad. Life's good. Thank you. Can't complain. Good. And Rose is checking in from Illinois. Angelica it's light green. Oh, I thought it was blue for some reason, but light green. I like that. I'm seeing a lot of light green. I was just I was doing some online shopping for clothes and I was looking for black and cream because those are my colors. And I was like, wow, there's a lot of mint. There's a lot of like honeydew out there. And I was not mad at it. I was not. Angie loves the colors in the yarn. Thank you, thank you. I like it too. And I don't know how long I've had this yarn. I've had it for a while, but I super love how it's working up. It's not Easter, but it's definitely like I could see how this would work for Easter. I think it's a little more. It's like a mature Easter. That's what I like about it. Let's see. Okay, yep. Angelica says, I did post the project on Ravelry right away. I'm so glad. And while I check projects every day, because I check to like, what are people finishing? Do people have questions? How did they rate it? What yarn did they use? Like, I look for all of those things. And working on this reminded me that I need to do a better job of posting the projects that I work up because I don't always do that. I mean, I make the pattern and sometimes I work up the pattern like more than one time. A lot of times. And I'm just not always good at posting all those projects. So as I was working this up, I was like, all right, before I go live, let me go on ahead and post that project real quick. And I couldn't upload the picture. So I was like, all right, I'll do that later. I'll at least have more. Because I just wanted to I like to take a picture of the yarn and then progress pictures and then a finished picture. That's what I like to do because that's what I like to see. But anyway, the internet was not cooperating. So that's that. Hey, Laura, good to see you. Dianara is here. Hello. The weather here is 78 and hot. Man, I'm looking forward to some 70-degree weather. When I say today was warm, it was like a high 50s. So not warm, but like not winter. So, there's that. I'm not getting used to like Oregon cold weather. I'm not, but I feel like there comes a point in the weather in the season where I'm like, I'm done with weather. I'm dressing for the weather I want, not the weather that I have. So, there's a little bit of that too. Angelica says, I'm using the Bernat Softy Cotton. Ooh, okay. Let me know what you think about that. I have some of that. And I think that I got that. I'll have to double check. I think that's the yarn that I got for another project. And then I was like, it's a little too soft and slippery for what I want. So I just kind of put it off to the side. And I think that's the same one. I haven't used it yet because it's silky. It's very soft. It does have that kind of slippery feel to it. Kind of like Trubu. Is that the same one? So, yeah, I'm interested to hear what you think. I'm interested. Laura's listening in from Arizona. Good to see you. Amanda Woodbury's here. I know I tested the Sunkissed tee. Apparently, I never added to Ravelry. I guess I need to make another. I hear you sometimes, and this is where I'm like, oh man, I need to get better. Like, of course, all of my patterns are posted to Ravelry, but sometimes I'll make, more than one, and I don't post those projects. Which matters because sometimes I'll work up the same thing in a completely different yarn or a different color. And so, like I said, I need to get better about that. But yeah, the Sunkissed, I swear I've made that every year. Every year. I swear I have. And so I think that may be on my list to make for myself so that I can wear it to the farmer's market this year. The farmer's market's kind of like, it's a thing that I love to go to and get dressed up. It's a thing. It's, it's my thing. I love to be like, ooh, I can wear this to the farmer's market. I'm a nerd. I know. I can't help it. Amanda says we got snow yesterday. I'm so done with it. Yeah. I mean, I like all 4 seasons. We definitely. Do we have all 4? Okay. We have all 4 seasons here. We do. However, I feel that winter lasts longer than all of the other seasons, disproportionately. I feel like winter here is November through May is winter, like in my opinion, and I need more warm. Like we had hail. Was it yesterday or the day before? Yeah, yesterday we had hail and snow. Earlier this week I had to scrape snow off my car or brush it. It wasn't, glad it wasn't scraping snow, like, just clinging on because it's all wet and gross and stuff. So, I mean, at least it was light and fluffy snow, but just over it. Ooh. Okay. All right. And already I am ready for my next part of my basket. So I got to do that. I got to get my stitch marker. And then we can chat some more. All right. So who here has the Wow basket? Does anybody here have the Wow basket? So many people took advantage of that $1 Wednesday. I had to turn off my notifications, which was kind of a nice problem. I was not mad at that. I was really glad to see that so many people liked the pattern, liked the basket, liked the sale. So, I mean, all of that was really nice to see. So, did you guys get it? Did anybody here snag that deal? And if so, has anybody started one yet? There aren't a whole lot of projects listed on Ravelry for it, which is fine. If you guys are anything like me, sometimes it just takes a minute. Let me know. Yep. Amanda got snow yesterday. Angelica, I'm going through my stash and I've been wanting to make this. Okay, so you already had the Bernat yarn in your stash and you wanted to make the Sunkissed tank top. I can't wait to see it. I thought the color was great and everything that you make is just really nice. And it's always nice to see projects worked up. So keep us posted, please. All right, and then there, and all the way around. Let's see. Angelica, exactly. It's so soft. I can't wait to get it done and try it on. I'm on the last V part, so getting close. It is there's a bit of counting in terms of like, the increases and the decreases. So you really have to pay attention to that. But once you see, like, I feel like once the first peak is done, then it's like, okay, that's my baseline now. That's my gauge. And I feel like all the other peaks, because you need 4 peaks because it's, it's a V-neck in the front and in the back. And I feel like all those other peaks just come together so nicely after that one. So yeah. So man, if you're in the home stretch, if you're almost done, definitely keep us posted. I can't wait to see. I might be able to make more than one basket out of this one little skein of yarn. That would be really nice. I wasn't sure how to gauge it because like I said, I'm using a different weight, a different hook, so I wasn't really sure, but man, if I can get more out of it, that'd be awesome. Amanda says, I do not. Oh man, I talked too long while you answered. I'm not sure what that's about. Amanda, I need to make baskets for my cube shelf. I love baskets. Even if I put baskets in baskets, like my son makes fun of me every time we go shopping. If there's any kind of container, I'm like, oh, a container. And he's like, Mom, you don't, keep walking. You don't need it. We're not getting, you have so many baskets at home. Don't do it. And yeah, baskets is just one of those things I can't help but collect. And I'm not even mad about it because I feel like, again, my baskets can hold my baskets until I figure out what I need to do with them. And I always need a basket for something. So anyway, so when I made this wow basket, the first one that I made, I thought, man, this is perfect for like a throw blanket. It's like you can see in the picture, a throw blanket perfectly fits in there with room. It can be a nice little toy basket. It can be, your yarn basket, or, it could hold your whips. I just thought it was so pretty. Like I really wanted to make something that looked beautiful and, was kind of big and, had a nice function. So let me know what you think. Monica's here. Hey, Monica, good to see you. I'm late to the party. What are you working on? I'm making the wow basket. I decided to crochet one up because it was the $1 Wednesday this week, and so many people got it that it just inspired me to want to make another one. And I'm making one with I only have one skein of this. I think I got it on clearance or something. I don't know. But I've just been holding on to this one skein of Woolies Thick and Quick in the color Carousel. And I am really excited about the way this is working up. I think it's just, it's going to be really cute. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm not sure. But when I was looking for a yarn to use to make this basket, this one really, it stood out to me as a great little basket yarn. So that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm doing. Angelica, I love my basket. I'm using it to put my projects in. Have you shared a picture of it yet? Which one is yours? Is this one yours, Angelica? Let me look. Let me see if it'll show your name. Of course, my internet is being so slow. Is yours the one next to the dog? The little white basket? I feel like I've already seen yours, but maybe I'm lying. Ugh, come on, internet. Okay, my internet's being slow, but I think that one's yours. And if so, so cute. Such a good job. Yeah, this one. Is this one yours? Nope, that one's not yours. Which one is yours? Let's see if we can see your project. Let's see. Let's see if we can find it together. No, yours is not posted here. Oh, wait, this is yours. This is yours, right? Yep, I think this is yours. I found it. Sometimes the Facebook face and profile name does not match the Ravelry profile and name, so it takes me a minute to kind of, to sort out who's who. Yeah, no, I remember yours now. You made this beautiful green color, and instead of putting the wooden handles on, the dowels, you crocheted little slots for handles, which was very clever. I like that. Oh, so cute. That's right. Okay, now I perfectly remember. Yep. And you said you're using it to put your projects in? Yeah, it's a great basket for that. And I think you also used Wow yarn, didn't you? All right, there. Oh, you know what? That's right. I remember now. I remember seeing your project and I was like, I don't know if I should request to put in the featured images, just because I know that you did your handles different and I didn't want anyone to be confused about what the pattern was. That's why I didn't immediately remember that one. But I really liked that. I liked that variation. I thought it was really cute. Oh, Amanda Woodbury missed out on the basket sale. Yeah, so if you're in my group, I do have the group link to this video along with a coupon. So when you're in my group, I do that super annoying thing where I tag everyone once a week with whatever my one sale is. So I have been doing one sale every week and I tag everyone to let them know. I know it's super obnoxious, but I figure if you guys like my patterns and you're in my group, you don't want to miss a sale. So I'll tag everyone. So I am alternating. I'm doing a Wednesday sale and a Friday sale. not in the same week, but one week I'll have a Wednesday sale, one week I'll have a Friday sale. So we just kind of alternate that way. So there, you won't miss it. Hillary Thompson is here. Hey, so good to see you. Bags and baskets are my favorite things to make. I go through phases. Sometimes, I'm like, oh, these are my favorites. But I think bags and baskets, they're always going to be one of my top favorite categories. I'm never going to get tired of making baskets and bags. As a matter of fact, it's still kind of winter here. So my head is just not in the summer game. But every year I like to come out with a new bag design, and I haven't even been thinking about what bag design I want to come out with this year. So that's what just my head's not in the game. It's just not, because I just don't, for me, in my mind, spring and summer, like that is crochet bag season, even though all year round is crochet bag season. It is. I use crochet bags all the time. But for me to like write up or make a new bag pattern, for some reason, I feel like that's a spring summer thing. So anyway, ramble. That's where my head's at. My head's all over the place. Yep. Angelica says mine is dark green. That's right. I remember now. Well, anyway, I just requested for it to be a featured project. So, there we have it. All right. So if you accept that, then everybody can see it as a featured project. But if not, that's cool. I understand. When you click on the link in the video description, you're going to find the WOW basket. You can see all of the different finished projects. Amy McKeever says, this is a great basket pattern. So quick to work up and very chic. Thank you. I'm so glad that you think so. I think Amy McKeever has excellent taste. So anytime she says she doesn't hate my work, I always feel like that's a win. No, Amy would never say that. She would never say she hates my work, but I guess I'm just being silly with my words. But thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. Oh, man. Yep. Okay, so I super duper like this yarn. I liked it in rows, and now I'm working in rounds, and man, I am super digging this yarn. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So cute. I super love it. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting excited. Oh, Hillary Thompson, it's summer today, but next week we have snow in the forecast. Indiana weather is bonkers. We have the same thing here in Oregon. I was just talking about how, we had hail yesterday, and yesterday it was real cold, and I was wearing like my winter coat and like my winter socks, and it was just cold and miserable and hail. And then earlier this week, I think it was Thursday, we had snow. And I had a few inches of snow on my car. I had to go out there and, brush it off. It's fine. I'm just, but then we have days like today where it was like high 50s, and I got a tank top and I got my flip-flops on, and I'm just ready for the warm weather. I really am. So anyway, I'm there with you. I smell what you're stepping in. I get it. All right, so I saw a few of you guys here in the comments were talking about how you did snag the $1 Wednesday. Some of you did not snag the $1 Wednesday. I guess, I was talking to you guys about how I'll just, I host those only in my community because most of the time we see more things in the community. But how do you guys feel about the @everyone tags? Love it or hate it? What do you think? @everyone. I feel like, I just learned about it. I'm slow to learn things, but I just learned about it maybe a couple months ago. And so I tried it out a few times, and it seems like people in my group really appreciated it for the sales. So I was like, all right, let me try it for the sales. But I don't like being tagged in other groups whenever it's just kind of like an update that I'm not really concerned with or something like that. I don't want everyone to tag me all the time, but if somebody I follow is having a sale and it's something that, I'm waiting on a sale, then I don't know. I feel like I dig it. I'm not mad at it. I could always ignore it. Laura says, not an issue for me. Hillary doesn't mind the @everyone tags either. Yeah, some people get like big mad. Like the first time I did it, I had a few people yell at me. Like, why are you tagging me? What, like, but almost in kind of a way that it makes me feel like they don't really know how the internet works. A little bit. I mean, sometimes I don't really know how the internet works, but they were yelling at me like I was a home invader or something. Like, what are you doing in my house? Like, so sometimes it's hard to gauge, how people are going to take things. But anyway, yeah, I had a few people that were big mad about it. But Hillary, you're my people. I get it. I understand. Angelica, I live by San Diego. The last 3 days were nasty. So today is nice. Oh man, down in San Diego, that California weather. Gosh, you guys have been through the ringer. You guys have had some pretty serious weather lately. Well, maybe not San Diego. I guess I'm thinking about California as a whole. My husband went down there for a trip and there was like, what was it, like flash floods or like a mudslide? I don't know. It just feels like there's just been so many things that have just really made it so rough for California. So hope you're staying safe. Amanda says, I don't mind it. The ad, everyone tags, I think. I use it, but it also helps remind me of old groups that I don't want to be in. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that, Facebook has been around since 2007 now. 2007, I think. So, I mean, when you think, it's changed, it's evolved, groups obviously were not a thing back in 2007. But, when you're a person who uses social media, I use social media, I use Facebook, obviously, here I am. I think that sometimes we don't realize how many things we join, how many groups we join. So it's like of course there's an algorithm, of course there are going to be loopholes because, how on earth, if you join one new group let's just say conservatively, once every 2 weeks, and, you do that for a couple years, that's a whole lot of groups. And if you're not checking in every single week, if you're not being reminded of them every single week, you could really be missing out on stuff that you really love. Or maybe, like Amanda said, it could be a great reminder for you to go, oh, yeah, I joined that group, but, it's not really an interest of mine anymore. I don't really, let me go and check in and see what they're doing. How active are they? Is this something I, should be spending more time and attention towards? And if not, you could always just leave the group. So yeah, I think it's a great reminder for you to check in to see if it's something that you want to do and be a part of anymore. Yeah, I get it. Oh, Angelica says, I like being tagged. You know what? Okay. So even though this is going to sound maybe a little silly, but so in my group, whenever I tag everyone, it includes me. I'm in the group. So it's like it tags myself because it's everyone in the group. I know, kind of silly. So anyway, I really love getting the notification that it's like, Selena tagged you in this group. Like I know that it's generic. But like when that happens, and not in, in my group, I think, I know that it happens because it happens in my group, but when it happens anywhere, I know it's generic, but it's like, oh, someone tagged me. So it doesn't make me angry. I never get frustrated. I don't think that it's like, oh, someone else tagged me. I also don't think it's overused. I'm very selective about what groups I join. I'm probably only in 15 groups, honestly. So that's probably why it doesn't happen a lot to me. So whenever I get tagged in a group, I'm like, oh, and then it, just like Amanda said, I think it's a great reminder for me to go and peek around, like, do I want to be here? What's going on? What is this? And again, if it's just some silly update or like some kind of like, happy Monday, guys, remember to read the pin post before you join. I'm like, what? You tagged me for that? I came all the way out here for this. I was thinking of using Bernat blanket yarn. Would that be too soft for a basket? Bernat blanket. You know what? Hold on. Let's look that up together. Let's investigate. Let's do some investigative research. Oh my gosh, technology. Just do what I want you to do. There. Okay. All right, Amanda, you're going to be small. This is going to be small. This is going to go over here. All right, we're going to go on an investigative journey. I'm going to put my basket down. Look at this. Almost halfway done. And I totally have enough for more baskets, for matching baskets. Okay, so we're going to go up to yarn. We are going to type in Bernat blanket. All right, let's see if we can find the exact one that we need. Sorry, my internet is like, I'm tired. Don't bother me. Bernat Blanket. Okay, it's this one right here. Bernat Blanket. Have I used this one? I have to see a picture. I can't always remember the names. I have to see a picture and then... Oh, okay, is this that like... Wait a minute. Super bulky, 300 grams, blah, blah, blah. Manufactured fibers, foliage. Chenille. Oh, this is the chenille one. Is it the chenille one that is thick and... Have I used this one? Okay, so there's one chenille yarn that feels a little fragile, and I can't remember the two. And sometimes yarn is from the same manufacturer, just has a different label. So there's one chenille yarn that, again, it's a little fragile. It is very drapey. It's very heavy. And then there's one chenille yarn that's a little more dense. It feels like it's got got some stuff, you know, it's like, it's a little more dense. So, if you're asking me, would I make a basket with one of those yarns? I think if it's the more dense one, sure. If it's the more drapey one, I don't think I would personally. Oh yeah, this is the dense one. I can tell just by looking at it. My internet finally turned on. It's like, I'm awake now. Yeah, I think that this could work out. I think that would make a really cute, cozy, basket. So yeah, definitely check that out. And if you like the yarn and you like the look of this yarn and you like working with this yarn, then you can make your basket match any kind of aesthetic that you want. That's kind of one of the things that I love about baskets, especially this basket. It's something that you can make to fit in your home, like whatever that looks like, whatever colors you want to use, whatever fibers you want to use. If you wanted to use like a thread yarn to make this basket for like your change or your jewelry, you totally can. Just in making baskets, I guess what I think about. So yes, make baskets out of whatever yarn and color and fiber you think looks beautiful. But if you're asking me pertaining to what yarn should I choose so that I make a basket that is durable, I want to put stuff in it, and then I want to pick my basket up and I want to move it every now and then. And I want it to do that for a while, right? You want it to do its job. So I would say the same thing that I say about crochet bags. So choose a yarn that, you know, passes the durability test. Like, can I break this strand of yarn with my hands? You know, and if you're the Hulk and you're super built, then maybe you can break any yarn with your hands. But, you know, I try to do this and see like, how sturdy does this yarn look? Because if the yarn is sturdy enough, just like that, it's going to create sturdy stitches, which is going to create sturdy fabric. So definitely do that test first. And then also consider what the fiber is. You know, some fibers are softer than others. Some of them stretch and they don't have any sort of elasticity. So I would choose a yarn that isn't going to stretch without any bounce. So choose a yarn that is going to bounce back, that's going to kind of come back to itself. I don't know what you're going to be putting in your basket, but if you put things in it that are heavy and then you go to pick it up and then it stretches and it loses its shape and it doesn't come back, you might get a little upset. So definitely choose a yarn that has that elasticity, that's going to hold that shape. And then next, just like I say with crochet bags, always go down a few hook sizes. You want to create a really dense, thick stitch. You don't want there to be any give, because that stitch that has a really tight tension, that's creating fabric that has a really tight tension. And that way, when you're putting things in your basket and you're hauling it around, it's really going to be durable. It's going to last longer. So those are my tips for you. So that way, hopefully, whatever yarn you decide to choose, it's going to do what you want it to do, and it's going to look the way that you want it to look. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, we're having a few conversations now, so I may be jumping around a little bit. We're back to weather. Angelica says it pretty much rained the 3 weeks I was in Germany. It was nasty weather there too. Oh man, you know, I don't really mind rain. I miss rain, especially since, you know, here in Oregon, we don't get rain. Like, there just is not a whole lot of rain here. So I kind of miss it. I miss the rain and the thunder showers and the rain showers and stuff like that. But the thing that I don't miss, you know, I've never been to Germany. But I've lived in England and we had a lot of cold drizzle. And that was a little hard, like especially when you want to be out and about and do things. Like so the cold drizzle was really kind of what got me. So yeah, this time of year you might have gotten a lot of that cold drizzle. Drizzle. Amanda, LOL, I got the same tag for myself. Yeah, when you tag everyone in the group, it tags you too because you're in the group. I mean, it's again, it's like, ooh, I got tagged, even though I tagged myself. Like it's a weird ego boost. But also I'm like, ooh, I'm important, you know? But also, oh, my tag did work. Okay. Because the at everyone, it's a little funny. It's like, did that work? I don't know if that worked. I'm not sure. Did it? I don't know. So it can be a little quirky sometimes. So whenever I see that it did tag me, I'm like, all right, I think you worked okay. I think you did your job. Good job. Rose, I came in late. May I ask what yarn you are using for the basket? Yes, I'm using Thick and Quick and Carousel, and I am creating a Ravelry project. So whenever you click on the link in the video description for this pattern, you'll be able to find my project and you'll be able to get all the details of my project for the WOW basket. And oh man, look how this is working up. Look at this. Look at the stitches. Look at, sun, you are shining too brightly. It's that afternoon haze, but oh, I am just loving how this color is working up. I think it's so beautiful. It just looks perfect with a single stitch. Amanda, it's more fuzzy, but thick, weight 6. Yeah, I think I understand now. That yarn, I remember Bernat Blanket for me, because it's such a textured novelty yarn. For me, it was a little difficult to work with. So with that said, I would much prefer working with that yarn with a project like this because it is entirely single crochet stitches and there isn't any complicated increasing or decreasing. So if you do use that yarn, just, use a stitch marker, use 2 stitch markers for the base, your beginning and ending stitch. And then, you should have your base. And then after that, you should only need maybe 1 stitch marker. So it should be a relatively easy yarn to work with for this particular project. I think it's perfect. Angelica, oh, now I get several compliments while I was talking on FaceTime on the triangle wall hanging. They were so surprised that it was crochet. I cannot tell you how just excited I was to see that you chose the same yarn and the same colors that I did. That made me so, I loved it, but it's always nice to see like, man, somebody else liked what I did so much that like they wanted it too. And you did such a beautiful job. I love just the color transitions and the fringe, all the different, just the way the colors pulled together. It just looks so beautiful. So I'm so glad you like it. I'm so glad you enjoyed working that up. And I'm glad that people are saying something. I still have to move mine. I have it in a spare bedroom. And I want to take some more pictures of it. So that's why I kind of have it in the spare bedroom. But I think that I want to move it in my bedroom. I think that's where I want it to be. It's just such a beautiful thing to look at. And I just want to see more of it. So I think that's where it's going to be in my house. So good. I'm glad that you like it. Angelica, love how these colors, you loving how the colors are coming together? I'm super loving how these colors are coming together. This is going to be, not entirely sure. I don't know if this is going to be a gift or if this is going to go on my yarn shelf. It might go on my yarn shelf. I'm thinking I'm going to put, this is going to be a great little basket to put yarn in. Or it might be, ooh, I might have a flower pot downstairs. This might be a flower pot cozy because I put crochet on everything. Janet loves this yarn too. Yeah, this yarn or that? Ooh, pointing the wrong way. That yarn. I super love this yarn. I really love Woolies Thick and Quick. It feels nice. It looks nice. Man, the colors are fantastic. Ugh, I'm so excited. So excited. I think I'm going to finish it this color. Yeah, I'm thinking the last few rounds are going to be that color. Oh, yep. It's going to be a little taller, and then she's going to be done. She is going to be done. Angelica says, yes, for the basket. Oh, okay. That you like the colors? Yes, you like the basket? Oh, yeah, understand. Nice. Yeah, Bernat blanket. That was an interesting one. I used that. I made blankets with this yarn. Why is this not cooperating? All right, I'm going to hit this button then. You forced me to do it. I'm going to have to go back a few more times. There we go. Wow basket. Let's get it back up. So I know I talked about the Wow basket a couple weeks ago whenever I first released that pattern. And this is kind of in the same realm as that triangle wall hanging. So I guess we'll bring it up. So I got some wooden dowels for the handles. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it was definitely in the profile picture of this live because I really wanted people to see it. There we go. So I had a heck of a time finding the wooden dowels that I needed at a price that I didn't think was ridiculous. And I remember looking at quite a few different places and feeling like, man, what? And I just went to the hardware store and I was like, oh, okay. And it's so cheap here because it's not like a craft thing. So I just went to the hardware store and like my Lowe's, and I got all the dowels that I needed for like nothing. It was fantastic. But yesterday I was at my local Joann's, and I don't know how I missed it, but they had really long rods, really long wooden dowels, and they were not ridiculously priced. I don't remember what the price was, but because I was looking for something else, and it was just, I quickly was walking by and I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, how did you get here? Like, I feel like I remember either they didn't have any, maybe they were out, or maybe they were priced terribly or something. So yeah, wooden dowels are at my local Joann's. They were not ridiculously priced. And they came in a variety of sizes. So if you did want to make, like Angelica did, the triangle wall hanging, which is like 4 feet wide, you need like a 48-inch dowel to hang that. Yeah, my local Joann's had one. And if you don't have a local Joann's, then yeah, the hardware store, because apparently that's it's a hardware thing. Yeah. Angelica says, yeah, maybe for a planter. Yeah, I feel like when this is done, I'm just going to walk around the house and see where it wants to live and what it wants to be. I keep, sometimes I make things and I give them away. And, I like making things, and I like having like little gift things to give to people. But I love this yarn so much that I just want to look at it all the time. So I feel like, it's just so beautiful. I feel like, yeah, it's going to go on my yarn shelf. It's going to stay in my office, and it's going to be somewhere where I can look at it all the time. So maybe I'll put a flower pot in this, and it'll be like, a little cozy for a planter. Or maybe I'll just, stick yarn in it. Maybe it'll be a project bag or something like that. So we shall see. We shall see, and I will let you know. Man. So, all right, I am almost done, and man, this is like 45 minutes worth of work. So, I mean, it's like a 45-minute basket, I guess. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter what size yarn you're using. I think it's probably take you like an hour, maybe start to finish. I mean, depending on the speed of your crochet. There is no right speed, but I'm just kind of guessing here. Yeah, the Wow basket probably took me, and I remember watching TV whenever I made it, and I thought it took me an hour and a half, but I probably paused a lot because that yarn's a little, it can be a little tricky. Rose, I love all the Lion Brand yarns. They are so nice to work with. Yeah, Lion Brand it's probably one of my favorite commercial yarn companies. They have some really great yarns. I'm really happy with a lot of their yarns. I have a lot of favorites from Lion Brand. I just put in an order again. And a lot of that order was Hue and Me. And man, I am so in love with that yarn. That is probably one of my favorite new yarns that's been out recently. I have used it so many times. I think it's the weight and the feel of that yarn, but also the colors. I mean, for me, they just like they hit. They're so nice. It's fantastic. All right. So I'm going to put on, hold on, how many? All right. I think I'm about done. And I wasn't going to keep you guys for longer than an hour, so I'm almost done. So I don't even think I'm going to change color. I think I'm going to have this thing be all the same color. Okay, I've got a little bit more to go. And then I'm going to wander around with it and see where it wants to live, because man, I am super duper loving these colors so much. It looks even better like this than it, like I loved it in the skein. You know, sometimes you get a yarn, you're like, ooh, it's so nice, and then you go to work with it depending on your project, and it's like, what happened to you? You've been transformed. Excuse me. And sometimes it's not good. Sometimes it's like, oh, Amanda, she says it's super cute. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's super cute. It definitely, like, I'm looking at the colors in my office, and it definitely like matches everything. It uses all my favorite colors that I crochet with. All the colors that are in my wardrobe are not the same colors as my crochet life. I feel like those are two completely different things. In my wardrobe life, my husband laughs at me because I bought another tank top today, and I was like, it's black. And he's like, you already have that exact black tank top. I'm like, yeah, I do. And now I have another one because I like it so much. So yeah, I'm very bland, you know, green, black, white jeans in my wardrobe. But yeah, in my crochet, I really, sometimes I can go a little crazy. Sometimes not. Sometimes I'm kind of bland, but you know, sometimes I get a little more adventurous. Oh, I love this. I super love this so much. Super duper. All right, guys, before we wrap this up, if you guys have any questions for me, you guys got any crochet questions, I'm always happy to answer those. I love those ask me anything type things, because you guys come up with some really good conversations. So if you got any, now's the time for them. If you have any questions about the Wow Basket, let me know. If you guys have made the Wow Basket, share it in the comments or post your project to Ravelry so I can go and see, and we can share it with everyone. That way, every time someone clicks on the Wow Basket listing, they can see all the projects there. Yeah. And then that's it. A couple more minutes and we can get back to our lives. I'm doing a pizza and show with my guys. We got some pizza, so I got to go make dinner in just a minute. And we're currently watching The Umbrella Academy. And we are in the middle of season 2, and I am super excited to see what happens next. So it is definitely my taste. It is definitely my style. I super love the show, and I can't wait to see where it goes. So if you guys are looking for something to watch that's in the realm of Stranger Things, I feel like it's kind of in that realm. It's a Netflix thing. If you dig that, if that's kind of your jam, then you might really like The Umbrella Academy. I was very surprised. It is not at all what I thought it would be. So that's going to be my Friday night. That's going to be mine. Amanda, pizza sounds amazing. What's your favorite topping? So because, you know, it's a family night, we just got pepperoni. So like if we're just eating a pizza together, you know, it's pepperoni. But I love lots of things on my pizza. Like I like lots of different pizzas. Like some of my favorite pizzas have like veggies on them, like all the veggies. Or another one of my favorite pizzas has like pineapple and like, oh my gosh, there's a local brewery here. It has jalapenos, pineapple, sausage, and like barbecue pork. And it is like one of my favorite things ever. It's so amazing. So I like all the toppings. I like mushrooms. I like pepperoni. I like bell peppers. I like pineapple. Put it on my pizza. I like it. I want it to be like a salad on my pizza. That's my favorite. My super favorite. All right. I think that's all I got for you guys. My shoulders are starting to hurt, so I'm going to stop crocheting for now. It's a new thing that I'm doing whenever my shoulders up here, whenever my neck start hurting, I take a break. So this is my first time crocheting today, and I crocheted for 50 minutes. This is 50 minutes worth of crochet. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm done. So I'm going to stretch it out. I'm going to make some pizza. I'm going to watch the Umbrella Academy, and I'm going to start my weekend. So yeah, it's been fun sitting here for Friday Night Crochet Along. It's really fun and inspiring for me to just say hey and let you guys know what I'm working on and what I'm doing. And it's fun to ramble with you guys and see what you guys are working on, what yarns you like, what you're doing. So thanks for making this a fun conversation. All right, guys, thanks again for being here. Amanda and Sylvia and Rose and Angelica and Janet. And let's see, Hillary Thompson and Laura and Amy McKeever and Monica. And and Ola Joe. I think that was everybody. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. It was fun just to kick back and crochet with you guys. Kind of like, if we were all meeting up at, a coffee shop or in my living room or something like that. So I super enjoyed it. Thanks for being here. Peace, love, crochet. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.